Hey guys, welcome to the TED Show. I'm with the one and only
Kendal Manier.
Kendal. Hold on, I'm going to say it. Kendal Manier. Kendal
You got it.
Manier. I said Manier earlier. I anglicized it. So Kendal Manier, welcome to the show, my friend. How are you doing today?
Doing great. Doing great. How about yourself?
I am doing great. I'm going to look down for a minute and share the show on my platforms. But while I
Cool.
do, why don't you tell them a little bit about you? And again, welcome to the show.
Cool. So my name is Kendal. I'm 33 years old, originally from Jacksonville, Florida. If you can't tell by the
The
jacket.
Jags, man.
Yeah. No, but I've been here in Orlando for about 15 years, and I'm a salesman at heart. I ran call centers for a long time. I've been doing real estate for about almost 4 years now, and just with everything going on, just still sticking with the real estate, but also dabbling in some, kind of pivoting in some other directions with the real estate as well. I do a lot of cool things. I've been making some music. I know that, when it comes to having a business, one of the most important parts is being different, right? There's got to be something that makes you unique. And I've always loved music. I've always loved comedy, and I love real estate. And I found a way to kind of combine all three of those, and it's really fun. The music, there's a lot to it. It's a lot more difficult. Now, I guess people don't realize how much goes into it until you actually make a song, but it's actually really fun. And always been really creative, and I think the music is just a way for me to really, I don't know, get my brand out there and have fun and market and advertise the real estate at the same time. And what the cool thing about music is you can get through to any demographic, right? Whether it's hip hop,
True.
it's country, it's old school. And I think that with music, it's just, there's so much emotion involved, and it's really fun. And I'm looking to, get some people that kind of have the same vision and mindset to help me grow that and really do big with the real estate. And then also I do some stuff in fashion. I do a couple other things as well. So I'm happy to be healthy and happy to be here on the show today.
Well, thank you. So we're going to dive into all of that, and live the dash, of course, is the subject of the show, and we'll dive into that too. But tell us, were you always musically inclined? What did you want to be when you grew up? Obviously, you didn't want to. I'm sure you
Yeah.
didn't want to grow up and be a real estate agent.
Well,
That's not usually in the dream.
no, not at the beginning. I've always been, passionate about music, and I've never really played music, but I always just really loved listening to music, and grew up on country, and then kind of got into the rock and roll, and then it was hip hop, and then electronic, and now it's everything. So I've always really been passionate about music, but creating my own music was something I never really thought about until, probably about 2-3 years ago. I'm like, what, this could really work, and I really think that people would like this and like the idea and like the concept, and it's really fun when it gets down to it.
All right, so tell me about what you're doing with the music creatively, because you keep saying you think people will like the concept, which I agree with you. Music communicates everywhere.
They're music parodies, and essentially what I'm doing is I'm taking songs that I grew up on, you grew up on, nostalgic music that people are going to recognize, right? The thing is I'm completely redoing the beat, redoing the vocals, everything start to finish. So it's a very unique piece, but it sounds and feels just like the originals, but it's real estate, right? Once I started doing the real estate music videos, my mind just wouldn't stop. So I want to do music, and obviously, but this is it's really real estate music parodies, and it's cool. I really like it because it's just, there's so much that you can do with it,
Give us an example of one that you did. I tagged your real estate page in the post.
The first one that I did, and this is the first song that I ever made. And my first idea was like, I'm going to be making a lot of videos. I want something really cool to end every video with. And, at first I was like, man, what's catchy? And I grew up, I listened to Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg and stuff. And there's a very famous song. And at the end of the song, it goes, something, something every day. So mine is sell homes every day. And it's very catchy. This is the first song that I ever made. And ideally it was just for the close of it. Right. And I'm like, man, well, now I've got the beat, and I've got the hook, and it sounds good. So I did a verse. I've actually got 4 songs done. I just did the first music video, I believe it was last week, and I kind of had to do some things a little bit differently just because of the scenario. I wanted to rent a car and kind of do it somewhere exotic, but I think it came out really well. But it's cool. I really like country. I've only done, some hip hop. I got a couple other ones that I really, really like a little bit more than this one. But yeah, that was my first one. Dr. Dre, next episode. It's a remix of that.
Let's talk about the business side of that, because I think being creative with music and on video is something that any business can do. What are you doing differently? So you're taking the songs, I understand the concept, but are you utilizing it to promote yourself as that's your promotion as
exactly
a real estate agent?
100%. And the main thing is that's the differentiator, because anybody can make a funny video or make a cool song. And when I kind of did a lot of research, and I like to watch what other people are doing. And most of the parodies and stuff that I've watched are very long, or they're boring or corny, or just not, the quality's not there. So it's a professional music from the get-go. And then I get really creative with the videos. I really like making the videos. And that's just for that. What I've also realized is, you can do it for anything. It's not just real estate. I can help it doesn't matter what type of company or business you have with music. You just have to have the right angle and something that people will remember, that sticks with them. And I think that's the key.
What's your process? Do you have a whole team behind you? Because I think people will want to know if they're interested in doing something with music. It's just you, right?
It's just me right now. I've because it's got to start somewhere, right? And at the end of the day, the key in anything is it's consistency. And I've got hundreds of ideas, hundreds of different songs that I'd like to do, but music is also expensive. You want it done right. It takes a little bit of time. It takes a little bit of money, but at the end, it's worth it, because if you're doing something that nobody else is doing, when they do think about real estate or think about, oh man, I'd like to, what can I, let me give this guy a call. And that's what I'm really looking for, is people that understand the vision, because I think it's hard to explain, hey, I'm doing real estate music parodies and they're fire, like, you're going to love it. You're like, oh yeah, that's cool. But not everybody really gets it, but you'll see. Just a matter of time. But the key is I really enjoy it, and it's combining everything that I love. And I know that other people that are musically inclined or like the comedy aspect, because I've been doing some funny stuff too, just because I'm bored and I got to have something to occupy my free time now when I'm not on the phone dialing, but it's cool.
What about the fashion part? Tell me where that came in.
So, I've always been, my grandmother's got tons of style, and she's 83 and she's up in Ponte Vedra Beach. And, I think I got that from her. They always gave me a hard time. I always had more shoes and more clothes and the flashes than everybody else. But I've always enjoyed it. My girlfriend she's a Brazilian fashion designer, and she is from Brazil, specializes in, Brazilian bikinis, but more focused on like the custom ones for bodybuilding competitions with the rhinestones, the jewelry, all the crazy fancy stuff, or even like the carnival costumes with all the feathers and the crazy stuff. She likes to do all that. But it's fun. She made this. I'm not sure if you can, but it's got the custom inside. This one's cool. I've got it underneath the collar.
That.
We bought the jacket. Obviously, I bought the patches, but
decorated it.
We put it all together. And this one's cool. I can zip the sleeves off, and it's got the captain's patch. And so it's custom and it's unique. It's one of a kind. So I've got about 4 of them, 4 jean jackets. Nice. And then we do the hoodies and everything, but you can literally create anything, you know what I mean? And I've always took good care of my clothes, and I'm like, man, I don't want to get rid of this, or, there's nothing wrong, man. Well, this would be cool. I always thought like that. And she's like, well, we can do it. So now we do it. It's pretty cool. I like that. I've done a couple fashion shows. Trying to get out there and help her with that too,
I like it very much. So she designed, that's beautiful. I mean, it's, what it is. I think you have to have your own voice with it, which you obviously do. So she's 100%. Creating for you. Yeah, that's cool.
Yep.
All right, so let's talk about Live the Dash, because you came up with the title. I happen to love this. So where did that concept? Why is that important?
So there's when I would say I was about 17. There was a friend of mine, and he asked me that question. He actually had a tattoo of it, and I'm like, "What does that mean?" And he's like, "Well, on a tombstone, you've got the year that you were born, and then you've got the year that you died. Like the dash represents everything in between." And I've had a crazy life, and I've been through a lot of stuff, and I'm especially with everything going on in the world, the most important part and the most important thing we can focus on is being right here and right now, and focusing on positivity, man, and just the good things that can come out of this, because a lot of people are hurting and a lot of people are struggling, but there's also a lot of people that that aren't, that can help lift those other people up. And the main thing is just living every day like it could be your last, but being optimistic and planning for the future, and just living it, man, living it to the best you can.
So how do you do that? People will say, okay, that's easy to say, Kendal. So what do you do specifically? Do you have habits that you have, things that you do every day?
My mornings are the most important part of my day, because I like to get started earlier than everybody else, at least think that I am. When the gyms were open, I was up at 4:30 every morning, so I could be at the gym at 5, done by 7, enough time to shower, make it in time to work. Now that I don't have to get up that early and the gyms aren't open, I still get up at about 5 o'clock. I do my run, I drink my water. Whenever I'm done with my workout, I've taken up running. I've never been a big runner, but I'm kind of limited as far as what I can do. So I'm starting to enjoy it. You know what I mean? I'm going further, and my endurance is getting better. And got some makeshift stuff that I use here at the house as far as weights, some gallon jugs, and lots of push-ups and calisthenics. And then whenever I'm done with my workout, is just eating the right things. I do a green smoothie every single morning: banana, half an apple, kale, spinach, celery, all the good stuff. And it really gets you going, and just staying hydrated, I think, is the most important part. And I've noticed that I've changed my diet quite a bit over the past 3 years, but when I eat healthy, I feel different. My body operates different. I have more energy. I have more focus, and I want to do those things that I wouldn't if I wasn't eating good. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, that, and then taking some time for myself and just really meditating, man. That's something that I've really gotten into in the past year, because life is stressful, and exercising and working out is awesome. And that's like, if I don't do that, I am a little testy. I can get a little bit, frustrated at times, because you kind of need that. But yeah, just being thankful for, for my life and my family, and, where I'm at, and all the potential that we have. But once I get that morning routine down, it just makes the rest of my day just flows, right? I'm on the phone, I'm doing this, I'm still eating healthy throughout the day. And then, waking up early, like by the time 7, 8 o'clock rolls around, you're not trying to stay up. You want to go to sleep so you can get up and do it again. So I look forward to that, to those morning rituals. And it's good, man. It keeps me honest.
All right. And I love that. I think a lot of people are meditating, people are working out. Everybody's got something, but it's always good to hear what somebody else is doing.
Yeah, the
So tell me
nutrition.
about you. You mentioned earlier you've been through a lot in your life, and you can go through that if you want. But my specific question would be, what incident, what moment
So I'll put it to you like this.
changed?
I'm from Jacksonville, but I landed in Orlando for a completely different reason. I was a pretty bad kid, and we'll just say that I got into drugs at an early age and made some bad decisions, and really had to go through it a lot earlier than a lot of other people did, and it kind of forced me to grow up a little bit quicker. And I was to the end of my road as far as slaps on the wrist, and they're like, look, you've either got to go to prison for 5 years, or you've got to do something. My mom had found this place here in Sanford, Central Florida Teen Challenge, which originally it was a program, faith-based, 12-month inpatient Christian rehab for teenagers. Obviously, it's grown. It's not just for teenagers anymore. And the first place, they didn't have any beds open, and she found this place like they do. And I think that the judge will take it. Very highly recommended program. And I'm like, you know what? I can either keep doing the same thing that I'm doing, or I can try something different. And I just got to that point where I tried it. And at first I almost left. I was there for a week. I almost left. I'm like, you know what? I don't have to do this. I can do the time. It's not somebody I didn't want to, but I'm like, I'm not going to do this for a year. And luckily there was somebody that sat down and talked. It's like, look, man, you're young, you're talented. He's like, they put me in a call center, right? Because when you're there, you got to do something, right? You're washing cars, you're doing something. You're not just sitting there living for free. So they threw me in a call center, and I'm like, I'd never done this before. And, I'm listening to these guys. He's like, dude, give it some time. Don't worry about this guy. This guy's probably not going to be here in a month. Long story short, a year later, I graduated this program. I'm making 60 grand a year with no college education, talking to people over the phone. And for me, the cool thing is not only was I really good at it, but I could teach and show other people how good they could be at it, right? And maybe change it, because I never imagined myself talking on the phone, making the type of money that I do. And it's fun. I enjoy it. You're talking to people, you're learning different personality types, and it's fun. And what I've learned from that, selling vacations, I've sold vacations, I've sold car warranties, I've done just about everything. Now it's now I see the vision where I can create my own team and take everything that I've learned and focus it on the real estate and the marketing and things that I really am passionate about. You know what I mean?
I love it. I think that must be where you got your gift. You mentioned phone calling in the very beginning, because phone calling
Yeah,
can be very difficult.
it is. It's a mental game.
It's a
A mental,
mental game.
just like
All right,
anything
so
else in. Good.
I was just going to ask you, how are you applying that to your business now? Because we live in a new world right now until we open back up. what are you doing differently, and what do you think you're going to take with you when we do open up?
Well, I mean, honestly, now it's just, patience and understanding, like understanding, I guess, the whole situation that the world's in right now. And because no matter what, whether I'm doing wholesale real estate or I'm helping someone buy a residence or sell it at retail cost, the key is just being there for the people. And that's why I kind of started dabbling in the comedy and stuff, because I'm like, I'm not trying to shove real estate down people's throat right now, because, hey, that's probably the last thing on some people's mind. But I do want to make them laugh. I want people to know that I'm there and get my face. And that's one thing that I haven't done over the past few years. Is I haven't made as many videos. I like making the videos, but just for my own reasons, I haven't. And now I'm like, this is a good time to do all the things that I really want to do and do the comedy and start putting my music out there. Because if you don't put it out there, nobody knows about it and nobody knows what you're doing. And that's why you were the first person I thought about, because I'm like, you know what? I like to get on the radio. I like to get on some podcasts. Because I like to start my own podcast. I just don't know where to start, but I know that I'd be good at it because it's fun. You're talking to people.
Because you can talk. That's great.
I love that.
It takes the host. I don't need to do much hosting. I don't, which I like. I enjoy that. When people see me every day, I want them to hear you.
Yeah.
All right. I have to ask you, of all the things that have happened in the Dash so far, what would you want people to remember you for?
Just my consistency, because I never give up. There's been so many ups and downs, right? And my adolescence and juvenile years. I've been since I was about 23. I had a lot of problems, and then it was married and divorced, and career changes. So there's been deaths and 100 different things that have happened. But what it really comes down to is just keeping it positive no matter what, and knowing that nothing's permanent, right? And even like because I've got a long time. I'm writing a book. It's going to take a long time because I'm still writing it. You know what I mean? I'm still in the process of coming up with everything that I want, but I've got a great story. And another thing, I'm glad you bring that up. I want to start talking more. I want to start speaking in front of Teen Challenge and, rehab facilities, people that are going through what I went through, people that are incarcerated, because I feel that I can get through to those people because I've been there, right? I'm not there right now, but I know how tough it is. And I know how, negative it can be, but just never giving up, right? And fighting all the way to the end, because all it takes is one yes, right? All you need is one yes, right? And you're like, all right, I got why this feels good. Or, hey, you know what? I got my diet down. Now I just got to focus on exercise. It's just a gradual process and just keeping the gears turning, right? Because you never know unless you go, right?
I love that, because I think it's important. I think people want to accomplish everything all at once, and you're talking about this gradual. You hit one level and you move to the next, and I think that's so important. Otherwise, people beat themselves up. What is the mentor that got you, or the person who in the program finally made you make a turn?
This is a guy that I worked for over 12 years. And, he talked to me. That morning, I'm like, you know what, forget this. Don't have to do it. And he just happened to walk in the room, and I was sitting there eating breakfast. And I remember it was biscuits and gravy. And he's like, what's going on? I'm like, I don't like this guy, dude. And I'm not trying to do this. I can't do it for a year. It's all men. It's a year long. I'm not making any money. And I just, at that point, I was just ready to throw in the tent. He's like, just do it. He's like, that guy's a joke. Don't even worry about it. So I sucked it up, and I did it, man. It was the best decision that I ever could have made, because nothing good would have kind of come out of me leaving, and that was a turning point. We're still close friends today. And actually I just got furloughed. I've been for 12 years. We've never had to shut down, but I'm, so now I'm kind of doing some other things, but that's all it takes, is that one person just that's there for you, that can kind of, even if they haven't been through it, kind of understand like where you're at, like, yo, come on, man, you're awesome. Like, and then that little word of encouragement goes a long way. And that's what did it, man.
Just
a year later, like,
just
wow, it's now that I think about it, you know what I mean? Good stuff.
All right. So how do people find you? How do they find your music? How do they find your real estate? How do people reach out to you?
So right now, it's mainly just Facebook and Instagram. My Facebook is, I think it's Kendal Manier, and then my Instagram is Kendal Manier. Kendal Manier, just like it is on the screen. And I mean, that's all I really use as far as I just started a sound. I don't really know how to get the music out there, right? I know how to make it now. I know how to do all that. And I know I got some good stuff, but figuring out how to get it out there where people can buy it, or to where it explodes the way that I want it to. I'm just obviously going to take me some more time, but yeah, just my Facebook and my Instagram. I use Snapchat, but mostly just Facebook and Instagram.
All right. One last question. Tell me what you think the real estate world is. What's the real estate world like for you right now? Where do you think it's going to be when we open?
One thing that I'll say is no matter what, people that need to buy are going to buy, and people that need to sell, they're going to sell. And, no matter what happens, I think that right now a lot of people are holding off, which means when we do get back to some sort of normality, it's going to erupt, right? And it's been pretty competitive as far as inventory. There's not a lot of options for people to buy, and the ones that are, they're fairly priced or selling for more because you've got a lot of people that want to buy, but not a lot of options. I don't think real estate's going anywhere. Hey, the prices are going to go up or go down. That's going to happen no matter what we do. But I think that we're in a good place no matter what. Just depends on that person's specific situation, right? Because some people aren't worried about it. Some people are like, man, we need to get rid of this place. I need something smaller. This is too expensive. And some people are like, we need something bigger. I got 3 kids now. Like, yeah, we need to get a pool. I need a man cave. You know what I mean? So I think that this is giving people time to think about what they really want or what they need in a home. And it's good in a lot of ways because we kind of, we all cut back on certain things and you spend more time with the family and at the house and gives you time to do some other stuff. But I don't think real estate's going anywhere. And it's gonna go up and down no matter what, but I'm pretty confident that we'll be okay.
Awesome. All right. So Kendal Manier, first of all, I'm going to tell you right now, you will be a natural on a podcast, no doubt in my mind,
cool.
Because you can talk, and that's what you need. You need to have somebody who can talk. So I have some friends. If you message me later, I will introduce you to that are
absolutely
podcast gurus. Live the Dash is so important. I think you guys need to really look it up. It's actually a poem, I believe. There is a wonderful poem out there. Dale Tacchio just messaged us on the show. So look it up. That is a great topic. You're awesome, my friend. I can't wait to see your videos. So when you share the show, make sure you tag wherever we can see something.
For sure.
We want to be able to see it.
I've got it. It's on my Facebook, and I've got the YouTube link, and I've got a couple of different things on there, but I'll share it so you guys got it all right there.
That's what we want. Thank you so much for coming on the show, buddy. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Ted. I appreciate you.
You're awesome. Have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Thanks, buddy.